You are watching VNEWS News Agency's daily bulletin. I'm Ngọc from Hanoi with the headlines as usual.
Party leader asks for unified perception and action to speed up economic reform. Vietnam posts trade surplus of $24.77 billion in 2024. And later on, Emperor's Treasure Gold Seal recognized as national treasure.
An online conference was held on January 8th to review operations of the government and local administrations in 2024 and stretch out the tasks for 2025. The podium's leaders attended the event, which was connected to all 63 centrally run cities and provinces across the nation.
Addressing a conference, Party General Secretary To Lam urged the unity of perception and action to advance economic reform, along with more drastic and comprehensive measures in economic management to ensure that the country firmly enters into a new era of prosperity and development. He emphasized the need to prioritize streamlining the political system, noting that this does not simply mean downsizing but also demands extensive reforms in state governance, increased transparency, and enhanced decentralization. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh said the government will prioritize promoting economic growth in tandem with stabilizing the macroeconomy, controlling inflation, and ensuring major balances of the economy. He stated ministries, sectors, and localities must strive for an economic growth target of at least 8% for 2025. He affirmed the government's commitment to solidarity and responsibility, striving to achieve the plan set out for 2025, establishing a solid foundation for the country to propel into a new era, that of the nation's rise.
President Lương Cường hosted a reception in Hanoi on January 8th for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Cooperation and African Integration of Togo, Robert Dassi, who's on a working visit to Vietnam.
The state president reaffirmed Vietnam's commitment to strengthening its cooperation with African nations, including the Republic of Togo. He emphasized the importance of prioritizing economic collaboration and proposed that both countries explore opportunities to boost partnerships in trade, investment, agriculture, mining, and telecommunications. Minister Robert Dassi expressed Togo's admiration and strong support for Vietnam, describing the country as one of Togo's top partners in Asia. He also expressed interest in learning from Vietnam's development experience and enhancing comprehensive cooperation across multiple sectors. Agreeing with the President's proposals, Minister Dassi highlighted that his visit marks not only the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries, but also serves as an opportunity to advance cooperation in key areas such as economics, trade, agriculture, and port development.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh received Minister of Finance of Japan in Hanoi on January 8th. More details in the following report.
Meeting Japanese Finance Minister Kato Kitsunobu, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh called for Japan's financial support and the promotion of a new generation of official development assistance, ODA, to help Vietnam implement strategic infrastructure projects. Emphasizing that financial cooperation is a key pillar of the bilateral relationship, the Prime Minister praised Japan's effective financial assistance in large-scale infrastructure projects with far-reaching impacts. The Prime Minister underscored Vietnam's need for significant funding to support rapid and efficient project execution, aiming for GDP growth of at least 8% in 2025. Minister Kato Kitsunobu expressed appreciation for the Prime Minister's commitment to Japan-Vietnam relations and acknowledged his vital role in strengthening bilateral ties. Impressed by Vietnam's rapid economic growth and the opportunities presented by its demographic advantage, the minister pledged to actively support and promote mutually beneficial cooperation in areas of shared interest, particularly those outlined by the Prime Minister.
Vietnam's total trade revenue reached $786.29 billion in 2024, up 15.4% year-on-year, with a trade surplus of $24.77 billion, the General Statistics Office said at a press conference in Hanoi on January 6th.
Of the total export value, the domestic sector contributed $114.59 billion, a 20% increase, accounting for 28%. The foreign invested sector, including crude oil, generated $290 billion, up 12% and making up 72%. As many as 37 key export items generated over $1 billion, collectively accounting for 94% of the total exports. Among them, 8 exceeded the $10 billion mark, contributing a substantial 69% of the combined value. To promote export in 2025, the Ministry of Industry and Trade continues to identify institutional building as one of the 3 strategic breakthroughs. It will also make efforts to enhance the operational efficiency and competitiveness of industrial manufacturing enterprises, actively summarizing mechanisms and policies related to international economic integration. In addition, Vietnam will optimize the existing free trade agreements and seek to sign new ones to expand and diversify markets, import and export items, and supply chains.
As Vietnam's economy is recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic but still faces many big challenges, the Ministry of Finance has introduced a range of measures aimed at revitalizing economic activity and mitigating the impact of global uncertainties.
Fiscal policy remains a cornerstone for sustaining macroeconomic stability, promoting growth, and ensuring sustainable development. In recent years, the ministry has proactively devised and implemented an expansive and flexible fiscal policy to support businesses and foster sustainable development. These efforts have been instrumental in stabilizing the economy during challenging times. According to Deputy Prime Minister Ho Duc Phuc, fiscal policies are tightening globally with many countries increasing tax rates to strengthen public finances. However, Vietnam has maintained an expansive fiscal policy to facilitate enterprise growth. Also in the resolution of the government's November meeting, the government requested continuing the reasonably expansive fiscal policy in coordination with other macroeconomic policies to promote rapid recovery of production and business and generate jobs and livelihoods for people.
A flurry of high-profile decisions this year, such as an electricity law update, have propped up optimism in Vietnam's renewable sector, according to an article recently published on a Singaporean website.
The article on the Singaporean website ecobusiness.com quoted Mark Hutchinson, director of the Southeast Asia Task Force at Industry Group Global Wind Energy Council, as saying that there is still a lot of work to do, but the sentiment in the industry is much more positive than it was 8 months ago, or certainly a year ago. Vietnam's latest electricity law updates concern not just the solar and wind sectors, but also include rules aimed at facilitating the use of fuels, such as natural gas and hydrogen. Nuclear power development once again features in the wording. The updates have been billed as important for energy security, but they also attract questions over whether Vietnam can attend to all the different sectors at once, the article said. Observers said Vietnam is taking a more deliberate approach with managing its energy sector after the volatility of the previous years, the article said.
With robust production and processing infrastructure combined with continuous market development efforts, Vietnam's seafood exports are poised for 10 to 15% growth in 2025.
Last year, the seafood export industry surpassed the $10 billion mark, an annual increase of 12%, solidifying Vietnam's position as the third largest seafood exporter globally, following China and Norway. However, the seafood sector is forecast to face significant challenges this year. These include resolving the EU's yellow card warning against illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, adapting to climate change, mitigating environmental pollution, and navigating market barriers. Experts remain optimistic about export prospects for 2025 thanks to the availability of financial packages for the seafood and forestry sectors since 2023, which provide enterprises with an opportunity to plan production and exports for 2025. Meanwhile, improvements in raw material availability and market expansion are likely to help the industry achieve this year's $11 billion export target. Europe, the US, and Japan remain Vietnam's top 3 seafood export markets.
The leather and footwear industry aims for an export growth rate of 10% in 2025, with total turnover projected at $29 billion, according to the Vietnam Leather, Footwear and Handbag Association.
To achieve the export growth rate of 10% in 2025, the leather and footwear sector will depend on consumer demand and compliance with green and sustainable development standards set by its import markets. The industry will concentrate on exporting to existing and less demanding markets, such as Africa and Asia, while gradually adopting higher standards to enter demanding markets like Japan, Europe, Canada, and the US. The total export turnover to 16 major countries worldwide makes up 89% of the industry's overall export value. The industry aims to achieve total export revenue of $40 billion by 2030, indicating strong growth potential.
Deputy Prime Minister Lê Thành Long has signed a decision recognizing 33 national treasures in the 30th batch of 2024. Among these, the Nguyễn Dynasty Golden Imperial Seal of Hoàng đế Chi Bảo, or Treasure of the Emperor, has been officially designated as a national treasure.
The Golden Seal, currently housed at the Nam Hom Royal Museum in Từ Sơn City, Bắc Ninh Province, weighs 10.7 kilograms and is made of pure gold. It's one of the largest seals, symbolizing the imperial power of the Nguyễn Dynasty. Cast in 1823, during the 4th year of the Emperor Minh Mac's reign, the seal was passed down from Emperor Minh Mac to Emperor Bảo Đại, who handed it over to the revolutionary government on August 30th, 1945. Bắc Ninh is home to 19 artifacts officially recognized as national treasures, all of which are being carefully preserved.
The Da Nang International Fireworks Festival 2025, themed Da Nang, a new era, will take place from May 31st to July 12th, 2025.
In 2025, Da Nang will continue to host major events and festivals, including the Da Nang International Fireworks Festival 2025, the Asian Film Festival, Da Nang Food Tour Festival 2025, Da Nang Enjoyment Festival 2025, New Year celebrations, the opening of the 2025 beach tourism season, and Da Nang Tourism Day. For 2025, Da Nang aims to serve over 11.9 million visitors at accommodation establishments, a 10% increase compared to 2024 and 149% of 2019 figures. Among these, it is estimated that international visitors will reach 4.8 million, a more than 17% increase from 2024.
The Vietnamese tourism industry has enjoyed a positive recovery in 2024, becoming a bright spot in the country's socio-economic landscape. This year, the sector has planned to receive 22 to 23 million international visitors.
According to the Vietnam National Authority of Tourism, the country welcomed more than 17.5 million international visitors in 2024, representing a year-on-year increase of 39.5%. The good results were attributed to a number of factors, including the new visa policy and effective promotion activities. To meet the target set for 2025, the tourism industry will focus resources on potential and high-quality markets such as China, the Republic of Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, North America, India, and the Middle East. The industry will also select international markets based on criteria such as visa-free entry markets, markets with convenient flight connections, and markets with high potential, growth capacity, and quality. Next year, the Vietnamese tourism industry plans to participate in several of the world's leading travel fairs, including ITB Berlin, WTM London, UK, and the Arabian travel market, Dubai, among others.
And that's also the end of our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye for now.